Hello, this is Positive Gaming back with a Yu-Gi-Oh video. I haven't done a Yu-Gi-Oh video in a long time, but I'm back here to show you my Dragon Turbo deck profile for an upcoming Edison format tournament at the Austin Sports and Social Club, Longbridge, hosted by my very good friend Stuart Watts. If you're in the area, out and about, and want to join the Edison tournament, please check Facebook. There's a limited capacity of 80 players, so getting quick. I don't know how many players or people will see this video, but once again, that's the Austin Sports and Social Club, Longbridge. Search it online for the address, or search it on Facebook. 80 players. But anyway, this is the deck I'm going to be playing. Now, I know it's not the most consistent deck, obviously, and I will get into why I'm playing it, some of the choices and other things as well. I first like to start off by saying that I went the other week to YCS Birmingham 2025. I entered the Edison tournament and I played Light Sworn. I was going to play Teledad, but I couldn't find the telekinetic power well, because I was a rare card. I only started getting into Edison because of my mate hosting the tournament, and I never played Edison before. I spent quite a lot of time on YouTube looking, and that's when I decided to play Teledad. But obviously, during the weekend, couldn't find the cards. Had to cobble a deck together within 2 days, and Light Sworn went 0-3 in that tournament. Wasn't the best, obviously, but yeah. This is the deck I'm going to be playing for the Edison tournament, 29th of March, Austin Sports and Social Club. Obviously, this list is pretty standard. 3 cards of consonants, 3 trading, 3 blue eyes, 3 white stone, 3 MD, 3 debris, 1 Quackimeru, 3 super rejuve, 2 magical stone, 3 reckless, 1 Trunade, 1 heavy, 1 instant fusion that I'm probably going to bump up to 2, 1 Flambeau Guard, 1 Prime Material, and 1 Tragodia, and 1 Vortex Trooper, 1 Pot of Avarice. You may notice that my list does differ slightly to some people. Most people do play 3 upstarts, and I'm only playing 1 in this list. This might change when I get nearer the tournament. But the reason I feel 2 upload and 1 restart is upstart is better is because there's been too many incidents on Dueling Book where I've upstarted and I've drawn into nothing and I've still bricked. I feel like if you're going first, you brick and you got 6 cards in hand, because if you started off with 5 like advanced format, then reload probably wouldn't be as good. But if you're starting off with 6 and you got a bricked hand, you can reload, redraw a 5. If you brick again, draw a 4. Obviously, you go neg 1 every time, but hopefully, reload's got a better chance to unbrick brick your hand. You draw in a set of at least 5 if you activate your first turn, or more if you've activated like a trade in, a consonants. 7, 8, you could be reloading back into your deck if you bricked up. And I also forgot to mention I'm playing 1 card destruction. Obviously, I've looked online, I've looked at a lot of lists, and I can't remember his name, but he's a Hydro Pump. That's it. I remember the name. He's a well-known Dragon Turbo player. He's won I think he's won a couple of RBTs, and he's topped a load of tournaments with Dragon Turbo. And he's also made other Dragon Turbo, Dark Dragon Turbo, or Medium Dragon Turbo decks. Go and check him out on his channel, Hydro Pump. Just search Hydro Pump Dragon Turbo and you'll find him. Obviously, what is the object of Dragon Turbo? The object of Dragon Turbo is draw your whole deck, and then obviously if you're going for a second turn, if you're drawing your whole deck, really and truly you should be able to kill them, because you should be able to special summon Red MD, special summon Red MD, special summon another dragon, special summon Quackimeru dragon, and then stops battle fade Gauze. You should have drawn into your heavy storm or your giant Trunade. It don't matter which one, because obviously They ain't got imperm like in the new format. They haven't got hand traps unless they got Karibo, or if you go Red MD don't target. So even if they did crow something in the graveyard, you can just select another card. Yeah. Two magical stone, which is standard. Discard 2 cards. Target. Your super rejuve, which is the most important. Say you've gone like discarded 6 cards, because card destruction also counts. You've discarded 5 dragons, activate super rejuve, then gone card destruction for 5 dragons. Obviously you draw 5 in the end phase. In the end phase, when you're drawing 5, if you draw into another super rejuve, you can activate that super rejuve because it's quick play and draw another 5, and so on. If you draw another one, obviously limit 3. So that's 15 cards you're drawing, and then obviously if you haven't discarded it or whatever, you draw into Trag, and then you got loads of cards, and it's at least 3,000 attack. Next turn you could get it up to possibly 4,000 depending on what you got, because if you draw 15 cards, obviously you got to make your hand size 6. So you just keep the most 6 important. Like, say you got Heavy Storm Trunade, depending on if they got a load of back row, because I've had it before when I've gone Heavy Storm and someone solemned it, or I've gone Trunade and someone solemned it. So it depends if you want to keep both in your hand or just keep the Heavy Storm or the Trunade. I mean, if you get rid of the Heavy Storm Trunade, or say you got rid of Trunade, you activate Heavy Storm, and they go Solemn Judgment, because obviously they want to protect the back row. What you can do then, if you've got a magical stone in hand, is obviously discard the 2 cards, target the Heavy Storm, reactivate the Heavy Storm, and then you can go into your combo of your Red MD and your Quakimeru, your Blue Eyes, OTK. Vortex Trooper, standard card in this deck. You normal summon it, shuffle 2 cards from your hand into the deck, and then draw 2 cards, and then draw 1 card. Obviously the only downside to Vortex Trooper is 0 attack, so obviously Trag's not going to stop an attack, and I don't play Necro Gardener, so if they can make a guy 8,000 attack, like a Marju, they banish 20 cards or whatever, and then they can just attack over it. But the likelihood of them doing that second turn, third turn, is not thing, because if they had just T-set and pass, and I got Vortex Trooper on board, I got nothing really in hand, I can go into Debris Dragon, normal summon, and then synchro off for a level 7. Level 8's really hard to make in this deck, and I'll explain why. Obviously Debris Dragon is a level 4 tuner, but the other synchro material can't be a level 4, and I don't play level 7s. Well, I do, so I've only got level 7s in the extra deck, so to make a rank 8, unless it's absolutely necessary, and you go into a game, you could do like instant fusion and special summon this Dragonus the Wicked Knight, and then go Debris Dragon level 7, summon Exploder Dragon, and then normal summon, well, you should have a White Stone, because you can go Debris, special summon back the White Stone or the Flambeau Guard, and then obviously special go into a level 7 and then use the Flambeau Guard or the White Stone, and then that's 7 and 8, that's your level 8, that's your Stardust, your Colossal or your Dark End. I don't play Brain Control or Mind Control. Yeah, level 8 is quite hard to make in this deck. The main synchros you're going to make in this deck are obviously your rank 7s or your rank 6s, and you can make rank 5s, which is hard. To make the rank 5 you have to go Dark End Dragon, which you more want to save for banishing for your Red MD, because if you got no normal summon but you got loads of dragons in the graveyard and you got 3 Red MDs, unless they've Royal Oppression this or Solemn Judgment this, then you've got your 3 Red MDs with your special summon, and then obviously if they've got no back row, and you can get your Quakimeru on board, more than likely going for game. Most of you should know Trident Dragon from the advanced format. I've forgotten the deck now. yeah, Sangan Summoning. Yeah, something like that. I've forgotten the name of the deck. But dragons, it was a popular dragon deck that got banned, got badly hit. It's not all banned because obviously people have been topping with it. But this was a popular card and it made the price go up because I can easily make it. And this card says you can just target up to 2 other cards I control, destroy those targets, and if I do, I gain 1 additional attack each battle phase. So you can attack for 9,000 damage, and you can attack 3 times with 3,000 damage if they got monsters on board. Obviously, for this to be really effective, you've got to clear out your back row, your opponent's back row, and find some way of summoning like a Trident Dragon and Quackimaru, because obviously Debris Dragon is a wind, so it don't get affected. And then if you've gone into like, you've synchroed up for an Iron Chain using your Instant Fusion, Musician King, and a Debris, a White Stone or a Flamval to make a 6, and 6 and 4 is 10, then you can go into your Trident Dragon. Unless you're absolutely sure they've got nothing, you've checked the grave, they've got Dragon, Battle Fade and all that in there, or what was the last resort. I do find Trident Dragon to be a bit hit and miss. Obviously, if you've got nothing left, you're in a tournament, you're 1 game up, or it's 1-1 and you've got absolutely nothing left apart from Trident Dragon to put on board for game, and you've cleared out the back row, go for it. If they got Gauze, fair enough. If they got Trag, fair enough. If they got Battle Fader, fair enough. If they got a Necro Gardener or Karibo or something like that, then fair enough, and they're going to stop you, and then you've lost that game anyway. But if it was your last play anyway, then why not go for it? 9,000 damage. If you haven't upstarted, that's another reason I don't play upstart, free upstarts. Well, I haven't been playing, but I might do, I don't know. I need some testing. Obviously, if you're playing a 40 card deck, Patrick Hoban used to say 3 upstarts and then you get a 37 card deck. But yeah, you do get a 37 card deck. If you acted 3 upstarts, they're on 11,000 life points, and then Trident Dragon's only 9,000. So obviously, if they've got no back row, no monsters on board, and you activated the 1 upstart, 9,000, Trident Dragon, destroy 2, and then that's exactly 9,000. Like I said, if they got the Trag, Gauze, Battle Fader, then fair enough, and they probably won that game, because if you're going into Trident Dragon without no Quackimaru on board or whatever, then obviously you're doing it as a last ditch resort. If in game 2, say you won the first game and in game 2 you got into Trident Dragon, it's not so bad because you got the game free. But yeah, I've just noticed in this deck as well, a card destruction. I've talked about it. Obviously, for every dragon you discard off the card destruction, you do draw for the super rejuve, but it's also a good opportunity. Say game 1 you bricked up, you activate your rejuve, you discard 5 dragons now and you draw 5. Obviously your opponent has to discard, so you're more than likely then, unless they've drawn all spells and traps, gonna know turn 1, or as quick as you can get it, you want it turn 1 obviously, because if you activate it and then turn 1 you'll find out what you're playing. Obviously if they go T-set pass and you didn't activate your card destruction, you're more than likely not going to know, and then you're going to go into a face down flip-flop frog with frogs. You could attack into a fossil dino after you set up your board. You could do anything. I mean, obviously the extra deck's pretty standard. A lot of decks would not play half of these cards. Musician King, Darkfire Dragon, and this Dragoness of the Wicked Knight. But these are the cards that are going to help you in this deck. The Dragoness of the Wicked Knight get you into your level 7s. They're built up a full board. They've got nothing left. And then you go for a Black Rose play. And then blow up the board. Obviously in Edison there's prior effect. So say if they had a bottomless face down, I go summon Black Rose, priority, activate the effect. It blows up the field and then gets banished by the bottomless. Same for any ignition effect like a Dark Armed, a Brio, stuff like that. Obviously, Chimera Tech standard. Stardust, it's standard. I mean, I don't know. I might, because there's a lot of draw power in this. If I come against a deck that I know is going to destroy a lot of things, like maybe the Dragon Turbo Mirror Match for the Heavy Storm, or I don't know. I might add in Starlight Road in this side deck. But anyway, let's go on to the side deck. I play 2 Rule Decree. I've had it in a couple of games now, and yeah, it's helped me out. I played against someone earlier, Frog OTK, which was a really good match. Lost the first game. I OTK'd him. He had no gauze. I just went for it, and he had no gauze track. Then third game, I kind of misplayed, but yeah. He had a load of traps, and Rule Decree really stopped him doing anything, and obviously I went for game. Royal Oppression put in work in that game. Obviously I didn't know, but someone in the comment section let me know. I activated Royal Oppression standby phase when he went Treeborn Frog, and obviously he just kept activating the Treeborn Frog, so I negated it twice, which I didn't even know the ruling on it or nothing, so I activated it twice, Royal Oppression, 800 each time, and then in the end I just let him get on with the Treeborn Frog, and then I £800, 800 life point paid on this swap frog. It was later on in that game when I giant true-naded me oppression back, and I could have won the game, but obviously me being me and misplaying went end phase without thinking about it, which is one of the things I've got to do if I want to get any good in that Edison tournament. If I don't brick and I draw, I need to think about my plays, because in that game I went game 3, I giant true-naded my oppression back, summoned the board up, and then end phase forgot to set the oppression again, and obviously Frogs being Frog special summoned a load of things, and then yeah, so I forgot the effect of Flip Flop Frog, and I thought it was monsters, but I clicked it because I already knew what it was, because it was a show anyway, so we flipped it up, and obviously which you can't do in the actual game, but it's only monsters, so he couldn't have bounced this back and then OTK'd me, but it's my bad for not setting the oppression. I got 2 more Quackimera Dragos in the side deck. I've seen this on somebody else's list. Obviously it's good against Black Wings, special summon it. It's good against, not good against Frogs because they're not light or dark, but the one thing I will say Quackimera is good for in the Frog match. Obviously, more often than not, they can easily go Colossal Armory Arm on you, and then, because especially in my deck, if I've got a Blue Eyes on field or a Red MD, they can easily do it, as long as I've got the life points. Quackimera stops that. Obviously, I ain't got Armory Arm in this deck, but Colossal Fighters are dark anyway, and I'm pretty sure Armory Arms are light, so unless they can get rid of the Drago in some capacity, like Flip Flop Frog, return it to hand, and I've still got a Blue Eyes or Red MD on field, then they're not getting that game off me, if that makes sense, or it's harder for them to get the game off me. 2 Book of Moons. I think this is could be useful in the Frog match, to be fair. If they go Duke Frog, so I got just double Duke Frog on field, and obviously they haven't got Substitute on field, which says Frog monsters can't be destroyed by battle, and they've got the double Duke Frog. You could Book of Moon one of the Duke Frogs, and then obviously there's not a double Duke Frog activating, because I'm pretty sure that the card activate when it's face down forgets where it is, so I think the field forgets there's 2 Duke Frogs on field. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that's how it works. So I can target the 1 Duke Frog, patch it face down, and then I can attack and destroy the other Duke Frog, because obviously if they've got the Duke lock on, you can't attack any Duke Frogs. Lightning Vortex, very, very good in the Frog match, I feel. Discard 1 card. Obviously, if it's your turn, well, it's got to be, because it's not a quick play. You discard in the Dragon, you get a plus off it off Super Rejuve. and then you destroy all the face-up monsters. So obviously Duke Frog's got to be face-up for the effect to resolve, and obviously if they've got that Substitute on board which says Frog monsters can't be destroyed by battle, then Lightning Vortex can help you out. And obviously if you've got the draw power going, your trading, your card and the consonants, your card destruction, your reckless greed, your reloads, your upstarts, you obviously are going to draw into it. I don't know what the limit in Edison. I need to check what Lightning Vortex is, because I might end up playing 2. I know I can get it back off the Magical Stone. That's a thing in this deck. I'm playing 2 Magical Stone, and if you draw them first turn or second turn, both of them, then they are bricks, because you've got nothing in engrave and you've not activated any spells. I'm not sure whether tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm not sure whether to drop down the Magical Stone to 1 and up the Instant Fusion to 2, because I'm sure you can play 2. I know it says 1 here, but I'm sure that's just advanced format. But yeah, I mean, what else is there? I've got 2 Clear Vice Dragon. I want to go over this because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Clear Vice Dragon says that if this card attacks an opponent's monster, the attack of this becomes twice the attack. The rule is that in damage step, say you go to attack a 2000 attack monster and they activate Honest, so whatever, this will always beat Honest and Collude. This will always beat it no matter what. Obviously when it goes back to your opponent's turn, they can destroy this, but then you can discard a card to stop it being destroyed. And obviously if you got a face down super rejuve, you discard a card so you can draw in the end phase and all that stuff. But no matter what, Honest, Collude, anything like that, this Clear Vice Dragon will stop it. I mean, that's what's good. You could go Red MD, say they had a Light Sworn deck and you know they got an Honest, the batted Honest back monster reincarnation, or say they had a Wolf on field, main phase 2, they've Wolf on field, what they've milled, so they summon that, they've attacked you for 4000 damage, because, no, 32, because Honest is 1119 defense, and they've summoned the Honest, main phase 2, they've got back the Honest, all they've got is a Wolf on field, and you know they've got Honest in hand. You set up your board, you can go, obviously you banish, you summon your Red Eyes, use Red Eyes effect. This would beat game 2 obviously. Special summon your Clear Vice from the grave, which you've summoned from Future Fusion, and it don't matter that they got Honest in hand, because what you do is you attack with Clear Vice first. They drop the Honest, it don't matter. That wolf's gonna die whatever happens, because of the ruling, and it's odd ruling, maybe, I know, but Yu-Gi-Oh has got a load of odd rulings. It's like the same with odd ruling, talking about Honest. This is not for this deck obviously per se, but if you go Honest versus Honest, if you tell them at the start of damage step I'm gonna activate Honest, your opponent could then say to you, damage calc, drop my own Honest, because there's a load of different sub steps in the